Hello, dear listener. It's your host and Gamemaster, Brian. Before we get started with today's episode, I wanted to take a minute to share the trailer for another actual play show called Go Buff Yourself. While they host a number of different games on their show, their latest series is a 5e D&D dark fantasy game called Lords of Sin. If you're looking for mature and gritty horror, go check them out. Here's the trailer.
Hello, Fae and Fiend and everyone in between. Are you a fan of tabletop role-playing games? Love Dungeons & Dragons? Want to listen to more actual plays with immersive audio? Then look no further than Go Buff Yourself. Home of several ongoing campaigns, all with immersive audio, music, sound effects, and no dead time.
You asked what I wanted to be. I think I want to be the reason she sees the light again.
And the bow of a 250-foot-long airship breaches the clouds.
If I put another crown on my head, kill me.
You made this happen.
Me? I made nothing happen. This was all them. All I did was give them permission to let the cockroaches out from underneath the carpet. Get ready to discover your new favorite actual play on Go Buff Yourself.
Welcome to another session of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Now, dear listener, it is possible you may hear the voice of a strange Vossen in the background, possibly sounding like a tiny meowing cat. That's because Goose just got back from the vet, and he is high as fuck. So, he gets to wander in and out today.
We fully support this.
Now, other than some weird noises in my background, I believe I left our dear investigators in a precarious situation. They had decided to rest in the cookhouse, using likely bags of flour as pillows and cuddling up on sacks of grain, except for stout and stalwart Weatherby, who is going to keep watch the entire night. And, in the small hours of the morning, there was a strange ruckus sound that began to happen from the forest. The sound of trees or logs hitting into other trees. Hooting sounds. And then strange low rumbles that couldn't possibly come from a human throat. However, before we get to what that is, we're going to cut to a little bit earlier. Phoenix. Weatherby has been on watch for several hours. There's, of course, the usual night sounds. Owls, crickets, the occasional sound of a fox rustling around in the underbrush. Is Weatherby doing anything to pass the time, or is he just kind of keeping a weather eye out?
As the night rolls on, I am taking out some supplies out of my pack.
Mm-hmm.
And being very careful not to mess with the careful arrangement of the two primary chefs in this establishment, as it were. I'm going to boil some water and make some tea.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's just a matter of I am taking this quite seriously, and just sipping tea, keeping an eye out through that front door.
Now, was Weatherby outside, or was he inside that front door kind of watching things? Because I had earlier gotten the sense he was outside and was like ramrod straight.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Yeah, just teacup in one hand, holding the cane in the other.
With a lantern on the ground and... as you are sipping your tea, you hear a tiny but familiar voice. And you smell just the lightest aroma of sulfur in the air. Charles, I'm hungry. Charles, feed me.
Now, Phoenix, as the player, has a hunch. You say Charles recognizes this voice.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I recognize it from?
It is the reason why you have traveled to the library.
Understood. I take a sip of tea, kind of move my neck back and forth, and do my best to simply ignore the voice in my head.
Charles, the seals are weakening.
It will not happen.
Feed me. A little blood, a little spit, something, Charles.
It will not happen.
Phoenix, can I get an observation test from you?
Observation? Yeah, I can do that. Let's see, that is going to be empathy 4 plus 1 minus 1 for mental conditions, so 4 dice.
Floor dice don't count.
That's cool, because it was a 4 on the floor and a 6 in the tray, so that is 2 successes.
Okay. You are sitting here, sipping your tea, trying to tune it out, and you briefly look down, and from the butt of your cane, where you have very, very subtly inscribed runes, you see a yellowish miasma beginning to kind of leak out. You suddenly have a horrible cramping feeling in your stomach. You feel the world lurch around you. Is Charles trying to do anything? Is he trying to catch himself? Is he trying to fall onto the grass? Is he trying to avoid hitting the lantern?
I think I'd be trying to catch myself and stay upright as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. You feel your balance sway back and forth. You keep one hand on that cane, but the other, you try and grab a hold of the cookhouse wall. That teacup clattering from your hands. And everything suddenly goes black. The next thing you know are two very strange sensations. First, you hear a sound coming from in the woods. That ululating, growling sound that couldn't come from a human being. Second, you've walked back into the cookhouse. You have no memory of doing so. Your hands are covered in sauce. Your mouth stings just a little bit with some of the peppers that you ate. As you've opened up that terracotta cookpot and just been shoveling that pork that was cooking, with that flavorful sauce just in your mouth, gluttonously eating. You have no memory of doing so. Your companions, perhaps to your surprise, are still asleep.
The first thing that I do is I take a handkerchief out of my pocket
Mm-hmm.
and dab at my face and mouth as best as I can.
It comes away slick with this sauce. You realize you were grabbing double handfuls of this food and just shoveling it into your mouth, barely even taking the time to chew and swallowing all this down.
Okay. Well, this is unfortunate. I will go ahead and...
Do you try and hide the evidence?
No, not at all. I'm just going to go ahead and gently wake up. I will wash my hands as best as I can so I don't get saucy grease all over my friends or my associates.
Mm-hmm. It is delicious.
I believe it, yeah. But wash my hands off, and I will first wake Dr. Jensen, followed by Sofie.
And by the time you've woken them both up, that sound has kind of faded away.
I'm not quite sure what happened. I seem to have lost myself momentarily. I kind of point to myself, covered my, even as much as I've tried to clear.
Just covered in adobo sauce.
Yeah. I have no memory of this. My friends, I don't know what happened.
It seems that Mabel is incorrect, and there is definitely something far more than a bear at play here.
I do remember the sound of something. It definitely was not a bear.
What did you hear?
I kind of squinch up my face a little bit, trying to recall it. Brian, how well do I recall?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
An important question before you answer that. As you've gone to wake up your companions, where is Weatherby's cane?
Oh, it's absolutely with him.
Mm-hmm. When Dr. Jensen asks, what do you recall? What did it sound like? The cane tips out of your hand and clatters to the ground. You aren't sure whether you just lost your grip on it, or maybe some of that sauce that had gotten all over your hands just made them a little too slick, but it happened to fall and clatter.
I don't make any sort of unusual movements. After that, I simply reach down and pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
But how well do I recall the sound?
Very well. You have a kind of crystal clear memory of it, and it's what seemed to jog you out of that trance.
I will do my best to describe it in as factual language as I possibly can, keeping opinion out of it and just simply describing this is what it sounded like.
Sophie's getting books out.
Mm-hmm.
Goes without saying, but...
Of course. So what you heard was the clattering of wood striking wood from somewhere deep in the forest, then a hooting sound, followed by a really low, bassy growling sound that I'm sure Hannah's going to find something super cool for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Lucius will kind of not to discount the other oddities that are going on here, but none of that seems particularly out of place and deep in the woods. Are we sure it's not some sort of agitated woman?
This, if I'm understanding, Brian, this definitely did not sound like something.
No, this did not sound like an animal you have ever heard. And kind of the way that wooden sound was. You've heard branches creak against each other. This was like a rhythmic knocking. The kind of thing that would not happen naturally.
I guess, sorry, I was trying to, I guess, play into the scene of if we don't know about the additional information around the noises in the night, if it's just clattering and a thing, I guess trying to get more out.
Well, there was also the lost time too.
Okay.
He said he had no memory of suddenly eating everything, and he's just covered in food.
And so what part of it was the things that was happening in my head that I am not telling them about? Is that just the voice?
Just the voice.
Okay.
And then you suddenly lost time.
Okay.
And then you woke up to that strange sounds.
Okay, I see.
While you were just like chowing down.
Okay. So the noise of whatever that thing was that I am describing to Dr. Jensen, that is the thing that actually snapped me out of whatever trance that I was in.
Yeah, it seemed to like just jog your memory out of it.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be a Vossen battle again, like it was in one of the earlier episodes with the I can't remember the names of anything, but the bird and the cat.
Oh, Tumble Tom and someone.
Red Sky.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, so I do describe that for you, and as you mentioned that, like these are normal noises. I do realize I am new in this part of the world, and your forests here are certainly more feral than what I am used to. I do not believe this noise could have come from any sort of natural creature. I offer my sincere apologies. I was supposed to be on watch, and I'm not quite sure what happened.
I believe something similar might have happened to any of us, whoever chose to be on watch, so we appreciate you standing guard as well as you were able. And I don't hear any screams, and there's certainly nothing visible or audible at the moment, so hopefully this night we have avoided any bloodshed or violence.
Could I just give Weatherby an examination? Just see if there's anything, pupils dilating, like nothing's out of the ordinary,
Sure. Give me a medicine check.
Can I also do maybe observation or whatever you want, just to not medically assess him, but not if he hiding anything, but maybe there's something that he didn't mention, that he didn't notice, or that they didn't think was important. I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let me let Bill roll first.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is 1 success on 9 dice.
Okay. The good news is, Weatherby is in very good physical condition. You do see that there is a little bit of dilation in the eyes, but that could be from being out at night, trying to just absorb as much light as they could. His hands do have some minor burns on them from where he was touching that terracotta that had previously been simmering. You think that he must have been touching something quite hot when he was consuming that food, and that didn't rouse him from his trance.
I'll poke where it seems like there's burn just to see how his reaction now, and if he gives reaction now, that'll help.
Wow, Dr. Jensen, that bedside manner, man.
Classic.
Let's see if his wounds are sensitive.
I'm not.
You have burns. Does this hurt? Let's find its degree.
I'm not digging my thumb into the wound. It's
you said I'd poke it to see if it's
mild pressure to see his reaction. So if he reacts,
in fairness, testing a burn through pressure is something you do, and if they don't feel it, that's really bad.
Yeah, in response to your prodding, there is a grimace, but no complaint.
The upper lip just gets stiffer and stiffer.
Which is fine. I'm fine with him getting a stiffer upper lip. But it's...
Sorry, I gotta take a call all of a sudden. This will be quick.
Yep, no worries. Caller's just me going, Charles,
Yeah.
feed me. I'm reaching out to Phoenix through the phone. All right, so for the most part, Weatherby is in top physical condition, nothing significantly wrong with him. But thinking of it kind of like you touched a hot pan. The kind of thing that would probably make you drop it if you did it. So it is surprising that it didn't rouse him from that state.
So Lucius will turn to Sofie. Whatever caused this put him under a serious trance. If something that burned his hands to this degree and didn't rouse.
Also, interesting that neither of us woke either. I mean, look at the state of him. He can't have been doing this silently.
To which I just arch an eyebrow at you.
Oh, no offense.
Pulling a Julian there. But all I mean by that is I am a man of few words. So the fact that I didn't necessarily wake you is, from what you've seen of me, I'm not overly verbose.
Sure, but like sticking your entire face into a pot of pork is while you're in a trance.
I used my hands.
I mean, it just... Sorry, maybe this is just Aryn, and I'm like, squelching noises would wake me up 1,000%. If there was squelching, I would be like, who the hell is that? I'm going to murder you.
You see, the funny thing that you're missing, that Brian forgot to mention, is I reached into the pot, pulled out this, blazing hot pork, put it onto a plate, and then with pinkies out, took a knife and fork and carved it very delicately before I ate it.
With pinkies out, distended his jaw and ate it like a snake.
Yeah, and just... Yep.
Now, Aryn, you were trying to get the sense on if there was anything that Weatherby might be keeping from you.
Not so much that he is like, to me,
maybe not consciously keeping. Mm-hmm.
He comes across as pretty honest, so I guess
best way to lie to somebody.
Okay, that's fair. Then yeah, sure.
I'm sowing the seeds of discontent.
Now
you don't have to, but if Sofie would like to, she could make an observation roll against Weatherby, and Weatherby could make a manipulation roll to prevent her from discerning anything.
Why give him this is like being like barbarian, roll intelligence, bard, roll deception. Like, come on. Like,
this is not Julian.
It's fine. I've got 8 dice. Fuck it.
Additionally, if he gets more successes than you, he will learn details about you instead.
I mean, all right.
You've got 8 dice on observation?
Yeah, I got 4 empathy and 4 observation.
Damn.
Fuck it, we roll.
Fuck it, we ball. Okay.
We're doing it live! That is 1 success on 3 dice.
That is 1 success on 8 dice.
I, of course, must ask you both in this scenario.
No.
Would you like to push that roll?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, probably not. I'm going to say probably not. What happens in the event of a tie?
In the event of a tie, you get effectively a compromise result. You both learn a little something about the other. You don't quite get everything you were looking for, but you will pick up like a small detail.
Unless you want to do it, Brian, I would say that Sofie, like, obviously she's perusing him, right? Like, she's like,
Oh, she's obviously perusing him. We've established.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Goose is weighing in.
What? Thank you, Goose. I appreciate your support.
No, he wasn't supporting.
Goose agrees.
Oh, that's not very nice.
He's sassy now. He's sassy drunk.
Drunk Goose is very sassy.
The sassiest I've ever heard Goose, for sure. I was gonna say, if Weatherby is kind of like peering back at her, she has told Dr. J and had told Julian, of course, about most of the stuff that has gone on with her.
Mm-hmm.
But Weatherby's new. She hasn't told him any of her dark secret stuff. And so she kind of suddenly is like, you know, pulling her collar a little tight and make sure that her business ain't showing. And you can see that she is trying to, you know,
there's something she's hiding from him.
Yeah, and like you don't know her, so you don't know if she just feels uncomfortable because you're looking and she's being prim, or, you know, this is your first really outing with her, so it's probably not clear exactly what she's doing, but she definitely seems a little bit uncomfortable.
Miss Inga's daughter, are you trying to seduce me?
Okay. No, I tried that once with a Scottish dude and it didn't work out for me, so...
Oh, Hamish.
As far as Weatherby goes, as we are having this moment, he is characteristically very stoic and, you know, perfect posture, keeping his hands kind of folded neatly. He's got the cane tucked under kind of an armpit. But as, you know, we're kind of having this, you do see a flicker of fear in his eye that he is trying to hide. But with the results of our roll, he's more shaken than he's letting on.
Okay.
All right, now at this time, it's probably around like 3 a.m. Is Weatherby going to go back on watch? And are the rest of you going to try and get some sleep? Are you all going to stay up?
I would like to go out and keep watch myself.
Okay.
And give Weatherby a chance to get cleaned up and, you know.
Yeah, Sofie and Dr. Jensen have gotten enough rest to be able to remove a condition. If you had a mental or a physical condition.
Then yeah, well, Lucius will also volunteer just to so that Weatherby can get some rest.
I will reluctantly allow it. He recognizes that he probably could use the rest. He is absolutely getting himself cleaned up, and he is not going anywhere near the bed until he has swept up his broken teacup.
There is not a bed here, because you guys are in the cookhouse.
He is absolutely not going to his flour sack until he has swept up the teacup and cleaned up whatever tea is on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, after that he will lie back onto whatever sack of grain he can find.
Sounds good. Phoenix, feel free to remove a condition.
I am no longer angry.
I couldn't tell the difference anyway.
It's what happens when you get full.
He was actually hangry.
He ate enough that just the anger went away. Yeah. Now, good news is the dawn rises and there's no more strange occurrences. Dr. Jensen and Sofie keep watch, but no more strange noises, nothing else weird going on. However, shortly after dawn, the two of you watch some very confused lumberjacks pour out of the bunkhouse.
Confused how? Like, what's wrong with them?
Like, they're looking around, they're asking each other questions, like, they're
disoriented, or?
It seems more confused than disoriented. And after a second, you spot Marcelino jogging up towards you.
Good morning, Marcelino. What seems to be the trouble going around camp?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry. Did Mabel come to the cookhouse early?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
No, we haven't seen her.
When we got up this morning, The door to the bunkhouse was open and she was missing.
That's concerning.
Would Weatherby have been able to see the ingress and egress of that building from where he was at?
With the moonlight, yeah.
Did I see anything?
Nope. I mean, unless something happened while you were in a stupor.
There.
Okay. Leading the witness.
Marcelino, is there anything missing from her bunk, or did it seem like there was presumably no one else in the cabin was awakened by her leaving?
No one was. That's the strange part. There's nothing missing. Her boots, her clothes. She must have wandered out in a shift.
Can we go investigate for... I mean, they've probably tromped all over the footprints by now, but...
Do you all head out and start looking around?
I want to see if there's any bare footprints.
Yes, but only after I apologize to Marcelino for unwittingly messing with his adobo. It was fantastic.
He chuckles a little and looks kind of confused. Did you perhaps need a small midnight snack?
Yes.
There's at least some left, right?
There is some left, is there not?
Barely.
Oh my
he had
God.
a whole terracotta pot, and you probably ate like 3 pounds of pork. Maybe 4, maybe 5.
Holy shit.
You're not sure. It's going to be a rough day later.
I'm getting the meat sweats just hearing that.
Right? Yep.
Right?
There is some, but there was a bit of a loss of control. It was delicious. I apologize.
He chuckles a little bit at that, still not having fully grasped just what has happened. And he says that he'll work on getting some breakfast set up for everybody. If you want to see what you can find. Hopefully, Mabel went out to maybe do some business in the woods and maybe got lost or something. But the way he says it, you see the nervousness on his face. If y'all are looking for tracks, can I get a vigilance test?
Vigilance I can do. That is 2 success on 8 dice for Weatherby.
Hell yeah.
1 success on 9 dice for Lucius.
3 successes on 7 dice for Sofie.
Okay.
And I don't think this would come into play, but I'll just ask since I have it. The binoculars wouldn't give me the bonus here, would they?
Not for this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
This would be something like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I should have let you use investigation instead of vigilance if you prefer, but you all cracked it out of the park, so. Like a group of seasoned investigators, you very quickly cordon off the area, you corral the lumberjacks.
Guys, I have we're gonna have to like retcon this. I have a fucking dog. I have a dog.
You've had a dog this whole time and we all forgot?
Purchased a dog and I've forgotten the whole time. How many sessions have we had of this? Just 1 or?
3. This is the 3rd.
This is 3?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Yeah, I don't have a fucking... Let's not put in a dog now. That's stupid. So...
Like, wait, guys. Let me just get this dog out of my book skirt.
Hold on. What is in the... Oh, crap. I have a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, let's be fair. That doesn't make sense because there is no way Weatherby would have had to clean himself if you had brought a dog.
That is so true. It would be like instant prestidigitation, like just...
So, with your knocking it out of the park successes, you are quickly able to kind of wrangle the area, get the lumberjacks out of the way, and you very quickly find some soft, barefoot footprints that lead into the woods.
We follow, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even wait for you to discuss. I am already walking in that direction.
That's good. I don't think anybody discussed. You follow after these, and only about 50, 100 feet into the woods, underneath a bush, you find Mabel. She is extremely dead, and her back has been broken entirely. Her body is twisted in such a way that she is almost at a right angle. Can I get a fear test from everybody?
Is that a +2 since we're all with each other?
Yep. And Bill, yes, your dead body bonus applies.
No, I was going to ask about my nightmares.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a -2 on this one.
Okay.
That's 1 success on 7 dice.
All right, this is just a fear 1, so that's all you'll need.
I got 1 success on 9 dice.
That is 1 success on 8 dice.
All right, that's all you needed.
Whew.
The 3 of you look over this, putting up a little bit of detachment, feeling a little bit removed from the events that have happened here, looking at it with perhaps an empathetic lens or with a cold distance of logic, able to move away from the fact this was a person you were talking to just yesterday, and are forced to confront that she is gone. This looks like whatever did this was incredibly strong.
I kneel down, softly give a prayer over her, and close her eyelids if they were open.
They were.
So yeah, just lightly close her eyes.
I may not have agreed with her intentions for the people here, but I certainly didn't want to see this happen to her.
Can I check the body, see if there's any other markings or any other clues or anything that might indicate what she was interacting with that did this to her?
And honestly, don't even worry about rolling for it. Y'all got so many vigilance successes that I'll just give this to you. Dr. Jensen looks over her for a moment and makes several unusual observations. There is no sign of a struggle. It's not like she was trying to run. The strides were all very level, very even, very measured. So she walked very calmly into the forest and then stopped right around here. You see from the contusions on her arms and shoulders something with incredible strength and monstrously large hands picked her up and snapped her like a branch.
Are there any other tracks or markings around in the area around that of this creature, this thing that attacked her?
That one, oh, actually, you know what? Give me an investigation test.
I was going to ask that too. Is it okay if I make one as well?
Yep. Any of you who would like to can make one, or you can take the help action to give someone else a +1.
I'll take the help action.
Are you going to help Sofie, or are you going to help Dr. Jensen?
I mean, probably Dr. Jensen, since we both kind of ran up to the body at the same time there.
Two successes on 10 dice.
2 successes on 11 dice.
Jesus, the two of you. So, you both notice something unusual. There aren't tracks or marks per se, but there is something about the trees here. It doesn't make any sense, but it almost seems like they form a path with the way they are bent, the way they move, the way they overlap. And it seems to lead deeper into the forest. Now, Aryn, you have a talent that can come into play here, which is the Sixth Sense. Whenever you make an investigation test, you can spend extra successes to learn if a Vossen has been in the area, to gain a more or less vague impression of what kind of Vossen it is, or find out if magic has been used. Would you like to spend one of your successes to answer one of those 3 questions?
I would. So, if a Vossen has been in the area, whether magic has been used, what's the third one?
Or an impression of what kind of Vossen it is.
I'll do that one.
Okay. Sofie kind of looks into the middle distance at some of these trees, kind of letting her eyes go unfocused as she looks down this path. You feel a cold sensation run from your shoulder, down your arm, across your back, in the places where you used to have runic tattoos, but no longer do. And something else is there instead. In your mind's eye, you see movement from the trees. You watch them shifting their branches, trunks, and roots, forming a path for something large. You aren't quite able to see it, but in the negative space in your mind's eye, you perceive a hulking creature. Something easily 8, maybe 9 feet tall. It reminds you distinctly of Gutgrinder, the troll that you met. But this isn't a troll, this is something else. And you're not quite sure what. And then your vision snaps back.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. No, I'm kidding.
There's one coming from Olala. It will be here next fall.
Rude. I'm going to take you all out on a day trip to Olala. Except it's going to be a 3-week trip because it's going to take us that long to get there.
I think whatever has done this to Mabel is I can't quite get a handle on exactly what it is, but it's enormous. And the trees seem to have moved to part ways for it. So I'll have to do a little more research and think about it some more to see what kind of creature this is, but I definitely wouldn't want any of us encountering it, especially not alone.
Brian, as an aside, the pathway, the quote unquote trail or pathway through the trees, does it look like we can, like, this is something that once we notice, we can see as a pattern?
Oh, yeah. Like, have you ever seen those archways made of trees where they kind of bend and naturally fall over each other?
Right.
Imagine that through a forest where if you look at it from the side, you wouldn't see it. But then you step just right and it almost forms like a highway walking down deeper into the woods.
Okay. So presumably the trees making noise at night is like the shifting of this, but
maybe
do these look like well-worn pathways, or do these look like recently blazed trails?
Neither. This looks almost like a forest path has opened up where one was not before. There is still moss all over the ground. There is ferns all over the place. like sprouting up in the middle of what otherwise would have been a quote-unquote trail. But it's almost like the trees have all just moved themselves to create this route.
Okay.
If I may ask a question, as you have a moment, Doctor. I don't suppose, and Miss Inga's daughter, you may have some knowledge in this as well. Are you able to determine how long ago somebody passed?
If you're looking for an exact time, I think that's beyond my means. I mean, she was alive just last night.
Do you have a chemical kit?
I do have chemical equipment, yes.
I believe that is a specific piece of equipment that allows you to determine things like time of death.
Oh, my mistake. Never mind. Then I will use the chemical equipment. Is that a medicine check? Or
investigation.
Investigation.
But you get a +1 bonus.
Fantastic.
May I help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 sec. Oh dear. So that's 6 successes on 12 dice.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, what?
Holy shit.
I too will say, holy shit. If Goose was here, he would say it too, but he wandered away drunk. 6 successes, you say, Bill?
6 successes. That oh dear was, wow, that's a lot of 6s.
Bill, I cannot stress this enough. I'm so glad this is the role you spent that on. This is our campaign highlight. You know everything about this woman's death. What questions do you have? Let me tell you about her tax record.
The one thing that I was trying to get from that is if it coincides with the time that I lost time. Because it seems that she walked away on her own.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if I can discern a rough time, I will tell about
Bill, you can discern down to the fucking second with 6 successes. So using the information that Weatherby provided you, the time he woke you up, you are certain beyond any shadow of a doubt that she died either moments after or right around the same time that Weatherby heard that clattering noise. Not when he blacked out, but when he was woken up.
Okay, so Weatherby, not a werewolf. Fanfic writers, stand down on that front.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear he's a bear, if anything.
Weather bear.
Oh, yeah. No further comment.
None needed.
Also, Bill, do you have any conditions right now?
No. Not more.
Bill, you get an additional advantage for this mystery called Tools of Science.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know where you're going to use it, but you got it. And also, put like a little X in front of it. If you do not expend this mystery, that will carry over.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Because 6 successes, I got to give you something more than, yeah, you know when she died.
Of all the times to get multiple, it's on a piece of equipment that I forgot I had.
So yeah, you gain that advantage. If you had conditions, I'd let you clear them, but you got a full night's rest.
Just so you know that if I don't have anything to use the Tools of Science for, I'm going to just make a distillery and start making my own scotch.
Of course you are. All right. What are the 3 of you going to do?
What direction does the forest path or the tree path go in?
Let me make up an answer right now. Let's say northeast.
And the other question was going to be, is that roughly in the direction of Abbott?
Abraham?
Abraham. Damn it.
You are not sure.
Okay.
You know he has a very large logging claim, and Marcelino hadn't given you any specific details on like where his site was.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you know he bought a very large tract of land, but you don't know where on it he might be found, if anywhere.
Well, I think we need to go back to the camp and let them know the unfortunate fate of Mabel. We might also, Lucius will indicate up to the forest path, see if we notice this anywhere else around camp or any other potential pathways.
I would also suggest that we might follow this path for some distance anyway, during the daytime when the creature does not seem to be active, while we have time.
How far back is camp?
Only about 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
It's surprisingly close.
So yeah, I'm going to bend down, looking, and this is nothing personal against Sofie, but he's the doctor, so that's why I keep looking to Dr. Jensen on this. But I kneel down as if I'm going to pick up the body to carry her back to camp, and just kind of give a inquisitive look over to Dr. Jensen, if that would be all right.
If I have on a jacket or something, an overcoat,
You do. You have your military jacket.
I'll hand it. I'll see what Weatherby's doing and take it off to help kind of wrap the body and help him so that he's not carrying a twisted corpse back to camp, just out in the open.
If you didn't do that, I was going to have everyone basically have to make a fear check in camp.
Yeah, most people don't react well. So if we can try and shield some of the other loggers from this.
My own bedside manner failure there. Didn't even think of that.
Is Sofie going with, or is she staying in the forest? I assume not, but I figured I should check.
Oh, I'll go with him.
Okay. I didn't want to assume.
Split the party.
So the three of you make your way back with Mabel's body. She was not a light woman, but Weatherby is able to scoop her up with his great strength. And Dr. Jensen's good thinking manages to prevent an outbreak of terror racing through the camp.
Sorry, Brian.
However, they are still able to tell very quickly that you are not carrying back an injured person. There is a look of shock from the lumberjacks, and Charles stares at you with his mouth hanging open. What happened?
I am sorry. We did find Miss Mabel. Is there a place we may lay the body to rest?
For right now, let's just put her behind the cookhouse, and we'll get to work on, digging a grave.
Good man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Lucius will, upon hearing that they're going to put her behind the cookhouse, he will go into the bunkhouse and strip off the sheets from her bed, so that we have something to wrap the body in. That's more appropriate.
There is a stony silence from the lumberjacks. I'm assuming you don't just grab your coat back and terrify them all, so...
No, I would also wait till we're in a spot where we can properly wrap the body so that it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcelino in particular seems very rattled by this, and is looking back and forth between you guys, the wrapped body that you're carrying, the rest of the lumberjacks, out into the forest. Everyone is shaken, but he's in particularly bad shape.
Lucius will, if he's truly kind of beside himself, Lucius will pull him to the side. Marcella, I understand you and Mabel were close. If you like, once we get the body prepared, we can let you come to say your goodbyes.
What happened, Dr. Jensen? What happened?
Lucius will just shake his head. Something terrible happened to Mabel, and we're going to find out what, and try to bring an end to it. But he'll just shake his head again. She wouldn't want you to remember her that way.
I don't think we're safe here.
You're probably not, but you're not safe leaving off the woods on your own either. Staying together in a group is probably your best bet. Don't go wandering off, but if you hear something or see something odd, please let us know.
Of course. Of course. We'll put that group of lumberjacks to work digging.
Thank you.
Whenever I have a second with my two companions, I would like to suggest that although it probably will spook the lumberjacks a little bit, I think we need to have people, like including some of them, on watch at all times. Like, it's mainly at night, but I don't know how. Like, I'll kind of look at Weatherby and like, I don't know what's the best way to broach this subject with them without them becoming frightened, but I don't think that anyone in the bunkhouses should be, I think there should be someone, probably two people at all times watching. I mean, you were out there by yourself and you still had some difficulty. Thankfully, you didn't get mauled by some creature, but I don't know.
Thank you, Miss Inga's daughter. I too am glad I was not mauled. I do believe it would be wise to have others on watch, as many as we can. And as we're doing this, I'm assuming I've had a moment to clean up after, handling the corpse and all that.
Of course, yeah.
And I will hand you a cup of tea, kind of press it into your hands. Oftentimes, the first step is simply holding on to a warm beverage.
I could agree with that.
It's worth noting, this is a slightly uncomfortable weather to be having a hot beverage in. It is very warm, it's very dry. This is not a typical spring here in Seattle.
Still something comforting about a cup of tea.
Of course.
Brian, while we're trying to get the camp kind of going and moving beyond the incident with Mabel, can Lucius take a look around, I guess, just in the trees, the surrounding area surrounding the camp? Does it look like he sees any pattern with the similar things that we saw with the path or anything that way?
Nope. That appears to be the only one.
Okay.
Also, do you guys talk to Deacon Charles Boone at all? As far as getting a watch going in the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
The only question I have is, are we trying to follow that path into the woods to see what happened sooner rather than later? Because if so, Lucius would just be leaning towards trying to get like Marcelo and the initial folks kind of going, but then to head back out, since not to let the trail go cold, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the deacon's around, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, he is. He is.
Lucius would kind of be like, if he's here, we can talk to him as we're walking back out, but maybe not go hunt him down specifically.
Yeah, and you could basically it's a small enough camp that it's easy to find him, and he seems like he is enthusiastic to have something to do. So if you even bring up the idea of like having him get watches going, yep, absolutely, he's on top of it, wants to get everybody organized, he will take care of that.
All right.
Okay.
And are you following that path?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep, I will take point.
Excellent. You have little fear of getting lost, as this kind of slightly overgrown path seems to lead deeper and deeper into the forest. But you never feel like you're losing it. It winds between these old-growth tree trunks and around thickly overgrown areas filled with ferns. It twists and passes through little culverts and over little rocky areas, but seems to be something that you can very distinctly follow. And it leads to a clearing. As you step into it, there's something unsettling in these pines. For a moment, cold wind blows through the trees, sending a chill through your bones, before that feeling of that oppressive heat immediately comes back. There's the sound of nearby water from a river, but everything else feels quiet and still and muted here. Something about this place has the feel of a graveyard, and walking along over the moss feels like stepping on the fresh-turned dirt of your own grave. Dr. Jensen, you look around, and after a moment, you see traces of old, dried blood.
So I will point this out to my companions, but does it seem to be in a pattern, as in, like, there's a trail leading somewhere? Is it just splattered about? Or is it seeping up through the ground?
Not yet. You all look around, and there are heaps of mosses and dirt that's been kicked up in the shadows between several trees. Areas of the ground have all been torn up, like the topsoil's been kicked up and is showing the black loam underneath. On the bark of one of the cedar trees, you see a spatter of red blood. Well, mostly brown as it's dried. And you see what you think might be a chip of skull left in the tree trunk. You think this might be where Charles Boone and Big Jacques were attacked.
Taking just a look around, is there anything else, any other details that I would be able to spot? Vigilance check on it or anything with that?
Before you make that check, you do just kind of a quick, kind of cursory scan. And you notice there is a very large pile of dirt and mosses off to one edge of the clearing.
I will unsling my rifle.
And you would hazard a guess that is big enough to bury a body under.
Well, obviously we're checking it out.
Anything else y'all want to take a look around at? You can kind of search the general area. You can go check those trees. You can go investigate that large, mysterious pile of dirt.
So I'd like to start investigating, I guess, the area with the blood spattering on the trees, on the trunk, and then move towards the larger mound. But I will unsling the rifle I've brought with me.
Okay.
Just to have ready if we've walked into something's den and disturbed something, or if we're in more like the feeding ground area or something.
Okay. And so you're heading towards that tree. You've got your rifle at the ready. What is Sofie going to do?
Yeah, so Sofie, she will pull her shotgun out of its dedicated shotgun pocket. And yeah, she's going to head towards that mound and see what might be under there.
And Phoenix, what is Weatherby doing?
He is taking his field kitchen out of his dedicated field kitchen pocket. No. I was going to scan the general area, but knowing how wrapped up Sofie can get when she starts investigating, he's going to go with Sofie and just kind of watch her back.
Provide support. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Bill, we're going to get you first. Dr. Jensen is a very practiced surgeon. He's seen a lot of wounds. However, the force that someone would have had to hit this tree with is terrifying in its implications. The wood is dented where that object collided with it. Using one of his little knives from his surgical kit, he's able to extract a jagged piece of skull that was embedded in the bark. This thing hit this tree with the strength of a cannon.
My God.
And as you're looking around, can I get an investigation test from you?
Sure. That is 2 successes on 10 dice.
Okay. I'll tell you what we find in just a second. Sofie and Weatherby, you head towards this big piled mound of mosses and this black dirt. Can I get a vigilance test from you?
Sure. Ooh, had to happen sometime. That's 0 success on 8 dice.
Ooh.
Okay.
I got 0 successes on 7 dice. And Brian, before you even ask, I'm going to push that roll.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get jump scared.
Phoenix, do you want to also push your roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
One success on 7 dice.
0 success on 8 dice.
That is not going to be enough for either of you.
Oh, shit. Oh.
So, Sofie and Weatherby head over to this massive mound. What are you guys going to do?
Well, first of all, this dice tower is getting retired for the evening.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I'm just curious what the odds are of 1 success on 16 plus 4, 30 dice?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not going to say who used up all the successes for the evening, but I think you know.
Sorry, y'all.
So we walk up to this mound and you're saying we just look at it and we don't get anything? 'Cause I'm going to poke it.
You walk up to this mound and don't immediately notice anything hidden.
Well, how can we notice if we don't? Okay.
Exactly. You didn't.
Okay.
How do we? We roll better is how we do.
That's true. That's true.
The short answer is, with 1 and 0 successes, you're sure there's a body under there.
Well, I'm going to use the end of my shotgun and try to take a little bit off top, top layer off and see if I can see anything.
Okay, as I see you grabbing the shotgun by the barrel to use
what? I'm not grabbing it by the barrel. I'm sticking the barrel in the dirt to move the dirt around.
Oh, God.
She's shooting the ground.
Not gonna jump scare me. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam.
Shoot the dirt, yeah. As I jump scare everyone in a 2-mile radius.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to jump scare Lucius, who has the rifle out.
So you kind of, as carefully and delicately as you can, you're kind of poking the shotgun barrel into this mound. And after only an inch or two, you bump into something. And it's solid. Do you start trying to uncover it?
Yeah, but,
If you tell me that there's something there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. After only a few seconds, you've gotten a handful or two of dirt off of it. You see the shape of a person. And then you start to hear them. There's a buzzing that grows louder and louder. And then, coming up from holes in the ground, are dozens of yellow jackets.
Count me the fuck out.
And worse, as you look at them, they have human faces.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, Brian.
What the shit, Brian?
Can I get a fear test from both of you?
No! I'm going home. I don't like this game anymore.
Aryn, I don't know how to tell you this. You are, in fact, already home.
I'm gonna go somewhere else. I don't like it.
I'm gonna go out in the forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out in the dark woods outside my house. That'll be better. For once, I think I probably say this anytime I don't pick angry for once.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Sofie is a little bit freaked out.
Fair.
A little bit freaked out.
Reasonable and fair.
And then I have 1.
And you do each get a +1 because you are in the same zone as your ally.
So I have 6. All right.
So yeah, that on 5 dice is 1 success.
Okay, that's all you need.
I also got 1 on 5 dice.
All right, so you can control your actions, although you still might want to get out of here.
I got a -1 in real life, just so y'all know.
I saw. It was amazing. I feel like I did my job. Bill.
Hi.
Dr. Jensen is searching around. He's looking through as his allies creep over to this big pile of moss and dirt. And then he spots them. Slowly. He kind of creeps forward a little bit, pushes a fern to the side. And there are tracks. What almost look like human footprints, but on a massive scale. They look like bare human footprints that are easily 1.5 feet long. And they are leading through the mud towards the river. You're about to turn to tell your allies when you hear the loud buzzing and see a swarm of hornets emerging from out of that mound. But we'll find out what happens with that next time.
If there is a next time, I'm never coming to this party again. This sucks.
When in doubt, bees!
I'm kidding, Brian. I love you, but you are demented. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. I feel like as a GM, I've leveled up a little. All right, I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful evening. And be careful of poking any mounds on the ground.
I'll never poke anything again as long as I live.
God, that's a lie.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend. Or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we're launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the Vossen in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time.